Let's do it. So if you would like to play music for yourself tonight, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to have any on just because we are outside right now.
Wait, just unmute yourself, Cal. Wait, what did I do? There we go, okay.
Cool. All right, so if you want to play some music, go ahead, put on whatever you want. If you would like to just have the quiet of the outdoor world or your indoor world, go for that too. It's your practice tonight. I love that so many of you are outside. That's really awesome. So yeah, this is your chance to just kind of sit back. So for right now, bring yourself onto your mat in any shape that you want to take, lying down. And let yourself get nice and settled there in whichever shape it is that you want to make, whether it's lying with your feet straight out to the corners of your mat, or the soles of your feet together and your knees falling out to the sides. Maybe you have a hand on your heart and a hand on your stomach, or both arms up overhead. The choice is yours. And there are so many options that I could offer to you. But intuitively, you know what your body is asking for, and you know what shape that is that you need to make. Just start to notice how you're breathing. Maybe you notice the muscles that you're holding on to really tightly in your body. You start to notice if you're gripping really hard to keep your legs from falling completely out. You just soften into that space a little bit more. The beauty of this practice is that it doesn't have to always be the exact same thing. Earlier this week, I found myself really missing the comfort of the yoga practice that I used to know, of being in the same room with all of these people and that emotional connection that we were able to find there. And as wonderful as that is for us to all get to our yoga rooms, our yoga homes, and find our spot in that room, that one that we get a little iffy when somebody else takes, I realized that my people, those people who are really special and important to me, would never be able to take my class if we didn't have this. That we wouldn't be able to practice together, that we wouldn't be able to form our own community if we didn't have this opportunity. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks that we don't all get to be in the same place, but the fact that we get to practice together brings that little bit of magic back in when we forget to look for it. Start to bring some awareness back into your breath. Becoming more aware of how deep and powerful your inhale can be. And then with an exhale, really push all of the air out. And another long inhale. And another long exhale. Another inhale. And an exhale. In whatever shape you took lying down, start to pull your knees up into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Take a rock from side to side. Then gently rock yourself up to a seated position facing the front of your mat. Sit nice and tall. Bring the hands to your tops of your knees. Take a really deep breath in through your nose. And exhale it out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, nose. Cross your lips together. Exhale right back out through your nose again. You'll feel the air almost massaging the back of your throat as you inhale and exhale. You're looking for this ocean-like quality of the breath, so follow the strength of your own breath. Notice how long you can make your inhales and how complete your exhales can become. Breathe so loudly that even though we can't hear each other, we can almost feel it. Because in everything that we do, even though we are on our own, we are not alone. And though we may not be with them, the people who matter most to us always are there. Take a really deep breath and reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Touch your fingertips up overhead. Exhale, take a twist to the right. Your left hand goes to the knee, your right arm behind you. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then fold all the way over your legs. Notice how your hips almost lift off the ground a little bit as you do. And see if you can start to push your butt back down into the ground. Think child's pose in your heart as you drop your chest down. But almost this lengthening feeling in the backs of your hamstrings and glutes. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Lean over your right knee. Keep pushing that left hip down into the ground as you push weight into your hands. And exhale to fold a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center. Exhale, walk your hands to the left. Pushing your right hip down, arms reaching long. Good. Inhale and walk back to center. Exhale to walk out just a little bit more. Inhale, come all the way up. Stretch both of your legs out in front of you and exhale to take a forward fold. Flex your feet. Start pulling the toes back towards your face, but still finding a roundness and a softness in your shoulders. We'll work on finding a flatter back later, but right now, just to warm up, we'll really get our spine used to this golden motion. Inhale, roll back up, walk your hands behind you. Plant the soles of your feet on the ground. Lift your hips up for a reverse tabletop. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, straighten out your legs. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, rise back up, bring your hands behind you. Exhale, lift your hips. Inhale, lower down, walk your legs out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your hands behind you, feet plant, hips rise, reverse tabletop. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, legs straight. Exhale, fold. And inhale, roll back up, maybe noticing that you have a little bit more length up the backs of your legs. Find yourself sitting really tall. And then gently make your way over hands and knees, finding a tabletop position. And then root down through your fingers into the tops of your feet. On an inhale, dunk your belly low, broaden your collarbones for cow. Exhale, arch your back for cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a few more rounds just like that on your own, noticing how your spine feels. Maybe you throw in some other movements just because they feel good to help to loosen up all of those bones. And then inhale, lift your right arm all the way up. Exhale, thread the needle. Drop your right shoulder onto the ground and reaching under your left armpit. Left arm reaches out in front of you. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, put it down. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, bring your hand down. Start to tuck your toes, and we're going to lift our knees, hovering them only a few inches off the mat, engaging in our core and our low belly muscles, pushing to the backs of our heels, just floating in this little tabletop. Good. Take one more breath. Exhale, find a child's pose. Inhale, crawl back up to your tabletop. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Take any pedals through your feet here that feel good. Maybe you just rest yourself down in a child's pose. Good. Take one more breath to sink your heels a little bit deeper. And then inhale, shift forward to your high plank. Shoulders over wrists, heels pressing firmly out back. Exhale, send your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And slowly walk your feet all the way up between your hands, really pushing through your heels to feel every step lengthening your hamstrings. And then grab opposite elbows at the top, let everything hang down like a rag doll. Inhale, press your hands into your quads, lengthen out through your spine. Keep your legs straight. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, lengthen out a little bit lower this time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, fingertips touch at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees down, let your chest and chin follow, and then slither all the way forward onto your side. Press your hands down to the ground next to your ribs, and inhale to lift your heart up, pinching your shoulder blades together. Exhale, send your hips all the way back to a child's pose or a downward facing dog. We'll take 3 really long breaths here. Each one giving us an excuse to lift out of our palms even more and melt down in the backs of our legs. Good. Bottom of your third breath, we'll hop, step, or jump up the top of our mat. Inhale, lengthen out halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen out halfway. Exhale, step back to your high plank. Inhale to hold. Exhale, either dropping knees, chest, chin, or lowering chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more nice long breaths. Good, deep breath in, lift up to your toes. Exhale, hop, step, or jump up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen out halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more breaths. Bottom of your breath, hop, step, or jump up to the top. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Make sure your big toes are touching with a little bit of space between your heels, and inhale, sink your hips low, lift your arms high, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your full vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. We'll go right to your downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Left heel spins down, both arms go up. Exhale, take your vinyasa or go to your down dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, warrior 1. Right heel down, both arms up. Exhale, vinyasa. Good. Take 3 more breaths here. Bottom of your third breath, hop, step, or jump up at the top. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand all the way up, hands to your heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa or right to your down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, vinyasa. Good, 3 more breaths here. Notice any changes that went through your breath as the pace started to pick up. And notice if you can capture that same strong and long breath from the beginning of your practice. Use the bottom of that third strong, long breath to bring yourself back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen out halfway when you get there. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand all the way up, hands by your sides. Inhale, sink down to your chair. Exhale, swing your right arm all the way behind you. Your left arm reaches out in front. You gaze for those back right fingertips. Inhale, reach back to chair. Exhale, left arm swing. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, plant your left hand down, peel your right arm up and open. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, peel your left arm up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lengthen out halfway. Exhale, take your vinyasa or meet in your down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Start to take any motions with that leg. Maybe you make big circles in one direction, then the other. Maybe you write your name. Then you point to your friend. And then shift all the way forward. We're gonna thread our left foot underneath of our left hand to the outside of our mat and peel that left arm up in the air for fallen triangle. Good, take one more breath here. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Inhale, send your right foot up high. Exhale, step it all the way through. Pivot your arms all the way up and open warrior two. And I'm going to change directions so you're not staring at my back. There we go. Now a nice strong bend in that front right knee, but make sure to press really hard to the blade edge of your left foot, drawing your shoulders down your back. Good, take one more breath here. Inhale, stand up on 2 straight legs with both arms up overhead. Exhale, sink your weight towards your left heel for Skandasana. Some low squat into the one side, your right leg is straight. And if your hip lifts up off the ground and your heel follows, notice that keeping a higher hip will allow your heel to really go down. Good, take one more breath here. Inhale, rise back up to two straight legs, and then bend your right knee, dropping your right forearm to your quad, left arm reaches up and over, extended side angle. So I take one more breath here. Exhale, bring both of your hands down to frame your front right foot. And then heel toe your right foot to the edge of your mat. Both hands will come to the inside. You're going to take a lizard pose. So you might stay on your hands, but you might drop onto your forearms, but keep pressing strong through your back foot. Hug the right knee and really tight towards the body. Good. Take one more breath. Inhale, come back up onto your hands. Exhale, step back. And take your vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog and down dog. Settle into your downward facing dog. Maybe you notice the difference of both of your hips. And then inhale, lift that left leg all the way up. Open the hip up, knee to the ceiling or the sky, and make some nice big circles. Good. Inhale, shift forward to a high plank. Send that left foot to the outside of your right hand. Peel your right arm up and open fallen triangle. Hips go high. Good. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, send the left leg up and back. Exhale, step it forward. Windmill the arms up and open, warrior two. Inhale, stand all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Pivot to face the long side of your mat, and then exhale, squat down to Skandasana. Down into your right hip. You'll notice that two hips feel different. Notice if you can treat them with the respect they need instead of trying to make them feel equal. Good, take one more breath here. Use your exhale to stand all the way up, bending back into your left knee. And then drop your left forearm to your quad, sweep that right arm up overhead. Good, inhale and lengthen a little bit more here. Exhale, bring both hands down to frame your left foot. Heel toe your left foot to the edge of your mat. Bringing both hands to the inside of that foot, and then find your lizard pose at whatever height feels right in your head. You might stay up on your hands. You might find your forearms. It's your choice. Good. Inhale, come back up to your hands. Exhale, step back, take your vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way up. Exhale, we're gonna take the fallen triangle against the right foot goes to the outside of the left hand. Left arm peels up. This time, sit yourself all the way down. Your legs are in a wide V shape. Stretch your arms out to a T and hinge up towards your right leg. Maybe you start to reach for the right toes with the right hand and let the left arm come up overhead. Maybe you just sit and reach. Work wherever you are. Good. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring your right hand back to the ground. Inhale, lift your hips back up to fallen triangle. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Send your right foot all the way back and up, three-legged down dog. Inhale, step your right foot up between your hands. Spin your arms, open warrior two. Inhale, sink your hips rise up. Exhale, take your Skandasana. Start to reach your right arm up in the air and push your tricep of your left arm into your left knee. So you're using that as a lever to open your heart up, even as you sit back. Maybe you'll find a little bit of a twist in your spine. Take one more breath here. Inhale, crawl back up to warrior two. Exhale, we'll take extended side angle again. This time the right hand comes to the inside of the right leg. To get a little bit deeper and that left arm peels up and open. You might even start wrapping that left arm behind your back, catching the inside of your right hip, and peeling your heart open even more. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up for peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg. Hit your left arm back, right arm goes high. Exhale, arms come down and around the inside of your foot. Heel toe the right foot to the edge again. And if we're going to lizard, this time drop your left knee down, untuck your left toes. Peel your right arm up. And then reach for your back foot. Bend your left knee. See if you can pull the leg towards the body. We're going to take one more breath here. Slowly, without slingshotting your foot, place it down. Bring both hands onto the ground. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, step back to a high plank. Take your vinyasa, go to your down dog or your child's pose. Inhale, send your left leg up high. Exhale, tuck it underneath that right arm for fallen triangle. Left foot comes down, right arm goes up. Exhale, sit all the way down. We'll find that wide V with the legs again. Arms come out to a T. And then we'll hinge out towards the left leg, maybe reaching for the left big toes. Maybe the right arm comes up and overhead. But finding length all the way up the side of the body and open space in the neck. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, bring your left hand behind your back. Inhale, lift your hips up high, fallen triangle. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Send that left foot all the way back and up, three-legged down dog. Inhale, step it through, warrior two. We'll take a few deep breaths here, really just to find the strength and stability in the shape again. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, down to Skandasana in the right leg. Find your nice low seat here, and then if you're ready, we'll start blossoming open the arms. Pushing the right tricep into the right knee, maybe the hand floats down, reaching that left arm up. Maybe this is the point where you notice that your hips are different. Good, take one more breath here in. Exhale, crawl up and into your left knee. This time we'll bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot for extended side angle. The right arm comes up overhead. Maybe you wrap that top arm behind your back if you did so on the first side, using the elbow to twist you even deeper. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up to Peaceful Warrior. Straighten the left leg, left arm reaches high. And then exhale all the way down and around for that lizard pose. Dropping onto the back knee, untucking those right toes, peeling the left arm up in the air. And then maybe bending the knee, reaching for the foot. So gently let that foot come down behind you. Plant the left hand onto the ground. Step back, take your vinyasa. Drop your knees to the mat. Bring them as wide as they can possibly go. And sink your hips all the way down. Rest your heart on the ground. Block your fingertips long. Maybe you notice how this child's pose gives you a little bit more space, that all of the work you've done opening your hips and shoulders, even in that discomfort, that was brought in the physical aspects of the practice, now leaves you with a little bit more. A bit more space to feel, a bit more space to grow. Maybe it's a spot where some healing happens. Good. Gently come up onto your hands. Sit up tall with your knees wide apart. And start to hinge forward again. Once pushing your hips really low into your heels, maybe just resting your hands close in front of you. But pushing away from the ground, you'll feel an opening sensation right on the inside of your groin. Which frankly was not a word I ever expected to say on camera, but here we are. And then maybe you push your elbows down towards the mat. See if you can lean into that edge just a little bit more. And inhale, come all the way up. Send your hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, step it next to your right and sit all the way down onto your bottom. Reach both legs out in front of you. Just like we did in the beginning of our practice, inhale to lift both arms up. And exhale, take a forward fold. See if you can actually physically notice a little bit of distance in space that you're able to find in the backs of your legs now. I promise it is there. But sometimes we have to physically search for something. We have to put our mind to noticing that difference and finding that there can be a good thing within that discomfort to get there. So lean a little bit more in. Inhale, come back on up. We're gonna pull our right heel to the outside of our right hip so that your right knee points at the front of your mat and the top of your right foot is pressing onto the ground next to you. And then inhale, lift both arms up. And exhale, fold towards your left leg. You may notice that you don't get to fold as deep this time. That's okay. See if you can pinpoint the exact spot where the discomfort starts and just respectfully lean towards it. Inhale, come back up. We're going to turn our right knee to point to the outside of our right hip. So your right quad and your left leg are making an L shape. You might have to readjust your sit bones. And bring your arms out to your T. Start to hinge towards that left leg again, kind of like we did before. Maybe your left forearm drops to the inside of that left leg. Maybe the right arm reaches up overhead. Maybe it reaches towards the sky. Maybe it grabs your left big toe. Play around with what works best for you. If you're super deep into this twist, your right peace sign fingers are holding your left toe. You might bring your left hand onto your right quad to start to push you a little bit deeper. Then gently inhale all the way back up. Gently release both legs to the top of your mat. And start to bend the left foot behind you so that the left knee points towards the top of your mat. Another half-seated hero's pose. And once your toenails are flat to the mat, your knee is pointing straight, both arms inhale up, and exhale folds you down. Good, take one more breath here. Inhale, come back up. Turn your left knee to face the edge of your mat. Now you've got that backwards L shape. Maybe you reposition your sit bones a little bit. Bring your arms out to a T and start reaching out towards that right foot. Maybe catching the big toes. Maybe the right forearm comes to the inside. Left arm will lift up and over. And just settling into whatever it wants to grab hold of. When you're ready, you can gently inhale and peel yourself carefully back up. Send both legs out in front of you. And then pull the soles of your feet together so that your knees fall out to the sides. Urdhva Konasana. Bring your hands to hold onto your feet. Maybe your peace sign fingers grip your big toes if you want to be more active. And then start to fold forward over your knees. Pushing your elbows into your hip flexors to really get you grounded down a little bit more. And for the first 5 breaths, we'll make the shape really active. We'll push into it. We'll pull our body down lower. We'll use every inhale to find length in our spine and every exhale to melt a little bit lower. We still have 2 more breaths here to play around with to make them strong. And then gently inhale to roll yourself back up. Exhale, keeping this diamond shape, we're going to scoot our feet about a foot away from our bodies with a much wider diamond shape. And this time, just let your arms walk out in front of you, kind of like how we started our practice. Let the weight of your head drop down and find some yin stillness in the shape. All of that active posture that you had in the beginning of your practice, the active posture that you took in Baddha Konasana just moments ago, let that become passive. Let it be more yin-like. Amid my whole missing being in a yoga class struggle earlier this week, I bumped into one of those things that gives you the definition of a word that you didn't know you needed. One thing led to another, and I ended up reading about this form of Japanese art that takes all of this broken pottery and in those cracks puts gold. That all of these pieces of art, this broken pottery, somehow becomes repurposed. It becomes more beautiful than it was, not because they're ignoring the bad thing that happened, but because the thing that's happened is being honored. It's being seen as something completely different. We don't have to find a silver lining in everything that happens to us. We don't need to say that this situation absolutely sucks, but hey, it's fine, I get to see my friends. We can honor them as 2 separate things. We can mourn and we can grieve, and we can still be grateful and find joy. We don't have to displace the pain of one thing simply to make it less. Start to roll up very gently. Let yourself roll onto your back. And pull your knees into your heart. Give yourself a really big hug and maybe take a little rock from side to side. You might take a spinal twist with your knees falling to the right for a few breaths and then the left. Let your body move at your own pace. Give yourself any of the shapes that you need to make it to where you need to be. Settling down towards that final rest whenever you're ready. And as your feet touch the corners of your mat, your arms fall out to your sides. Take a really deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And take rest. Shavasana. You might start to notice that your mind doesn't quite want to be as still as your body. Honor it. You may notice that there are wiggles and motions that want to start working their way back in. And let them happen. Awaken yourself with a few more really deep breaths. Start to wiggle out through the ends of your fingers and your toes. Start to pull your limbs in towards your body, giving yourself a hug. And as you're ready, gently bring yourself to a comfortable seated position. Rolling onto a side, sitting up, getting there however you need to. As we all sit facing together, we'll bring our hands to heart center. Gently closing our eyes. Take a really deep breath in. And exhale it out with a sigh. And feel everything that you're feeling exactly as it is. And together we bow, we say namaste, and as always, the light in me sees and honors and loves all of the light in you. Namaste. Guys, thank you so much for practicing with me today. At the risk of sounding super corny, if you could hang out for like 1 quick second and turn your cameras on so I can take a group picture, because to have all of my people in one place is like the best part of a really, really sucky situation.